Alright, how's it going everyone? Derek here with 7ply Therapy. Now before we get started, I just wanted to give a brief warning because today's topic can be triggering to some due to the nature of it. We will be talking about suicide warning signs. With that being said, I want to remind everyone that these videos are not meant to be therapy but a source of information and skill building. So if you are experiencing suicidal thoughts and or a mental health crisis, please reach out to a loved one or call 988 for 24/7 support. So let's get right into it. There are 3 categories that we'll be covering today: what the person's talking about, what the person's feeling, and behavioral changes they are going through. The first category, what the person is talking about, has 3 warning signs. First, if the person is talking about suicide or taking their own life, obviously that's a warning sign. And it can be even a bigger red flag if the person looks nonchalant or like they don't care about it. Second one, the person is talking about guilt or shame, whether it's from something they did or something that happened to them in the past. Just know therapy can help process feelings of guilt and shame. And thirdly, the person is talking about feeling like they're a burden to others. Now, if that person feels like they're a burden to others because others are making them feel that way, for example, telling them they should take their own lives, or they shouldn't even be here, or I wish you were never here, things like that, then just know there is support out there for bullying, and if it's happening at home, emotional abuse can be reported. The second category is what that person's feeling. Now this one also has 3 warning signs. If the person is feeling empty, or hopeless, or trapped, or like there's no point to being alive, just know therapy can help in dealing with all these feelings. Second, the person is experiencing extreme anxiety, or extreme sadness or agitation, or even feeling full of rage. Again, therapy can help process all these emotions. And thirdly, the person is experiencing unbearable pain, whether it's emotional or physical. If I remember correctly, research shows that people dealing with chronic pain are at higher risk of suicide. And the third and final category is experiencing behavioral changes. Now that one has 6 warning signs. The first warning sign is the person is doing research or planning for it. Now this can be a huge red flag for us therapists. If our patient is already at that level, then we often recommend hospitalization until things are more stable. The second one is the person starts becoming more distant from friends, saying goodbyes to family, giving out prized possessions, or even creating a will. For skaters, this might look like giving away autographed boards that they might have, and giving away their completes or their tools or anything along that's prized to them. Third, you notice the person going through extreme mood swings, from anger to sadness or sadness to happiness. Now, an even bigger red flag than that is if the person goes from extreme sadness and thoughts of suicide to feeling calm and happy and relieved. And that could potentially be because the person is at peace with the choice they've made of taking their own life. The fourth one goes hand in hand with depression, which is very common for people who are having suicidal thoughts to be depressed, but that is an increase or decrease in sleep and an increase or decrease in appetite. When I went through my second biggest cycle of depression, I couldn't sleep, I couldn't eat, I don't want to be around anyone, let alone in this world. So just make sure to reach out to someone. The fifth one, which goes hand in hand with skating, is making dangerous and high-risk decisions. Now, I don't mean just any skating, but for example, if you're very limited on your skills and you try to go bomb a hill, or you're trying huge gaps or stair sets, that's pretty dangerous and risky. And the sixth and final warning sign is an increase in substance and alcohol use. Now this one also kind of goes hand in hand with skating, as you might notice it happening at your local parks or during skate sessions with friends and things like that. The problem with it is that it doesn't only affect our balance and our reaction time, but it also affects our ability to make rational decisions and choices. To put it in perspective, there are tons of people that struggle with suicidal ideation around the world, but the difference between those who act on it and those who don't is a split-second decision, is that lack of rational decision making, which alcohol and substances can make worse. So if you find yourself experiencing or know someone experiencing some of these warning signs, I would say definitely reach out to a therapist. You guys can create a safety plan together where you come up with support people to call, your triggers, what are protective factors, and even come up with ways to make your home a safer place. So before we get into learning a new trick for today, I wanted to let you guys know that I'll be leaving a few links down below. One of them is going to be to the Raemers Foundation, though that link, when I checked, wasn't working, so I'll leave one to their Instagram. But Etnies was doing this cool thing where their windrose models, where they're made in honor of Henry Gartland, and for every pair you bought, part of the proceeds went to their foundation, which was really cool. The other links I'll leave down below are going to be to the Raemers Documentary, which you guys should definitely watch, and the Raemers Foundation. So I thought it would be cool if today what we do is, for every missed attempt, I donate $1 to the Raemers Foundation. Now, I've only landed a frontside flip once, and I think it was by luck. So we'll see how many attempts it takes me to land it today. Now let's get it. Now, I know that wasn't the cleanest frontside flip, but I think that's as best as I'll get today. I encourage you guys to try this challenge. It doesn't have to be a frontside flip, and it doesn't have to be a $1 donation. You guys can do 10 cents for every missed try, and it can be for a kick flip or a shove it, whatever you guys feel like, just so that we can bring some awareness. And if you really believe in this, I would encourage you to share it, but you don't have to. With that being said, make sure you keep skating and don't neglect your mental health. Peace out.